Alright guys, just quickly, can you please make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell just so you know when I'm uploading. Comment something, just like that, or whatever, and I spelled it wrong, but I'm in a rush. And leave a like, just, please just get at it, and yeah. Hey guys, Ellis here, coming at you with a new scout report video. Today's episode will be on Timo Werner, and yeah, I'm just jump straight into it. Okay, so Timo Werner's background, he currently plays for RB Leipzig in Germany. He is a German striker, he's 22 years old, and today I'll be comparing him with Harry Kane. Okay, so Werner this season has made 17 league appearances. In these appearances, Werner has scored 11 goals while making 2 assists. Whereas with Kane has scored 14 goals and made 4 assists for his teammates. This means Werner has 13 goal involvements this season from 17 league appearances, which is great for a striker. Kind of what you'd want to see. That means, halfway through the season, I'm pretty sure Bundesliga's a 34-game season, he'll be on about 22 goals, which is pretty elite numbers for a striker. All these sort of goal involvements mean that Werner has averaged a goal involvement every 107 minutes, whereas Kane has averaged a goal involvement every 99 minutes. Obviously, Kane is probably the best number 9 in the world. He's probably the best striker. So, 99 minutes is fairly, acceptable. That's literally just over a goal a game, whereas Werner's sort of like averaging 1 every 10 minutes more. So, still almost a goal involvement in a game, which is really great for a striker. Again, he's already into double figures for the league, which is great. He's also done well in Europe with Leipzig. When it comes to his goal contributions, I don't have him written down right now, but I'm pretty sure he's almost scored 3 or 4, as well in the cup he's got 2 or 3. So altogether, he's kind of on set for a 30-goal season, which for any striker is great. And at such a young age, again, he's only 22. That is amazing for a 30-goal season for a 22-year-old. This season, Werner's averaging 3.7 shots per game, with 2.9 of these being from inside the 18-yard box, compared with Kane, who's averaging 3.3 shots per game, with 2.1 being inside the 18-yard box. So Kane is averaging 0.4 shots per game less, so almost half a shot per game less than Werner, and is having less shots inside the box. So you can say that Kane has been more clinical with his shots, as he has scored more goals, but Werner is very elite at having where his shots are and his shot numbers. 3.7 shots per game is absolutely elite for a striker. You look at the most informed strikers in the world currently: Krzysztof Piatek, Luka Jovic, and Cristiano Ronaldo are all having about 4 to 5 shots per game. And Timo Werner's right in this sort of bracket of these strikers at the moment that are playing so well when it comes to their shot numbers. These shot numbers mean that he's 3rd for the most shots per game in the Bundesliga this season, and actually 1st for the amount of shots inside the 18-yard box. And obviously, as a striker, you want all your shots to be inside the 18-yard box. Obviously, if you're inside the 18-yard box compared to outside of it, you have more of a chance of scoring a goal. So the fact he's 1st for having shots inside the box and is having so many shots having so many shots per game, it's a really good sign of a truly elite striker. And he's got 11 goals. I would like that to be slightly higher, but Leipzig haven't performed as well as they would like to have this season. I think if he stays, and when Julian Nagelsmann has come into Leipzig, all his numbers will go up, because Nagelsmann's a very good attacking coach. But I mean, 3rd in the Bundesliga for my shots, 1st for inside the box is already great for such a young striker. I mean, he's averaging more shots inside the box than Lewandowski this season, which is no mean feat. Lewandowski is one of the best strikers in the world. So that shows the level he's at the moment, the level he is playing. Werner's also averaging 2.9 dribbles per game, with 1.1 of these being completed, compared with Kane, who's averaging 2.8 dribbles per game, with 1.5 being completed. So these are actually quite they're obviously very similar statistics. So if you think of if you've watched a Tottenham game this season, or you watched an England game, and you've watched how much Kane dribbles, Werner is more or less the same sort of player. He does dribble quite a lot. Werner is a big lad. He's not the tallest of strikers, but he's still quite physical. He's very fast as well, and he can dribble part. He can take the ball past a player, and that is quite a. When you've got a player who can create chances and is getting a lot of shots away, can dribble, and is very clinical in front of goal. This again is just like building up to this thing that Werner is a very good striker already at such a young age, and it's really showing through this season and the past few seasons. I think in the past few seasons he's got over 40 goals in about 90 games, which is great again for a young striker. Bearing in mind his first season with Leipzig, I think he was 20. He might have even been 19 at the start of the season. I think that season he ended on about 20 league goals. So he's already been at elite level for a number of years now, and I think if in this January or in summer he goes to a big club, he will become a truly elite striker, up there with Robert Lewandowski, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Harry Kane. Okay, so Werner, in my opinion, I think he's already a world-class striker. I think he is sort of, if there was like brackets for what sort of ability striker-wise, there's like world-class, elite, average, poor. Do you know what I mean? I think Werner would be right at the cusp between world-class and elite. I think his numbers could go slightly up. You know, he could be going closer to 4.5 shots per game, let's say. He could like break that sort of 4 shots per game mark. He could average maybe one like half dribble more per game. He could have a few more goals this season, maybe even a few more assists, and he'd be a world-class striker. But as much as I think he's already great, I think he's got a lot of room to improve as well. I think genuinely he could be a very good striker in the future. You know, I compare him with other strikers that I've done videos on recently, so Luka Jovic and Krzysztof Piatek. I do think Werner's got the highest ability ceiling out of these 3 players. As much as Werner's got less goals than both out the 3 players this season, I do think Werner is overall going to be the better player in the future. And you know, it's kind of showing the fact that he's already Germany's number 9. At such a young age, you think Mario Gomez is still playing okay for Stuttgart. They've got Thomas Müller, who can play in that sort of false number 9 role, or in striker role, where he has played for Germany for a number of years now. They've got Sandro Wagner. Germany have got some alright sort of ability when it comes to their striking options, and the fact that Timo Werner's broken into that and has been that number 9 for Germany for the past sort of year and a half at such a young age shows his ability already, and also his sort of maturity, where he's broken into a top class side quite early. He's very mature already. You can tell by watching him play that he's not one of these. When you see youngsters come in, they're always trying to show off. They're taking shots from ridiculous areas. They're kind of not hogging the ball. That's kind of the wrong way of saying it, but they're trying to show off, and they're trying to do more than they need to do, especially with strikers. Strikers a lot of times don't need to be getting on the ball and dribbling past players. They don't need to be linking up the play. A striker, as long as they're in the right positions to score, that is all you need. And Timo Werner does that perfectly, and that's why he's got such high shots inside the boxes, because he's so good in an attacking positioning sense. And you know, mix that in with the fact he's quite strong. He's very fast. I can't iterate enough how fast this kid is. He's a very good player when it comes to beating a man, and how pacey he is. And all this has meant since sort of for the past year he's been linked with Bayern Munich very heavily. I'm pretty sure in the summer of 2018 Bayern actually put in a bid of about 50 million euros for Werner that was turned down, obviously, because he's still at Leipzig to this day. But it's now January transfer window, and Bayern and Liverpool are still sniffing around. At the time of writing, Werner's only got a year and a half left on his contract, and apparently he could be available for as low as 35 million euros, which would be an absolute steal in today's market. 35 million euros, sorry, it was 35 million pounds or 50 million euros, do correct that. But yeah, so still 35 million pounds, you know, that's how much Wolves are playing for Raul Jimenez from Benfica. And, you know, Leipzig will be kicking themselves that they haven't got Werner a new contract, because they're losing. You know, Werner in a few years' time or even a year's time could have sold for £100 million. So whichever team do get Werner are getting a very talented striker. Obviously, I am a Liverpool fan. I'd love him to be at Liverpool. I think a front sort of four of Firmino playing as a attacking midfielder, Salah, Mane and Werner is actually probably the best attacking four in world football. However, I do think he'll go to Bayern Munich. You know, if you're a German player, you're brought up wanting to play for Bayern Munich. It's the same in Spain. You're wanting to play for Real Madrid or Barcelona. If you're South American, you want to play for Barcelona. If you're French, you kind of want to go to PSG or Monaco to an extent. If you're Italian, you want to go to Juventus. It's one of these things. Werner has openly said that he does want to go to Bayern Munich, and that is the club that I kind of see him going towards, just because obviously he is German, and Bayern Munich will be needing a new striker with Lewandowski getting progressively older and Lewandowski's numbers going down because of his age. Okay guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, smash the like button, comment some anything, please. I need feedback. I want to make these videos as good and as high quality as possible. Subscribe. If you do subscribe, make sure to click the notification bell just so you know when I'm uploading. And yeah, thanks for watching guys. Bye.